Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Happy Sunday. Happy Super Bowl Sunday. I don't even know who's playing. I asked Alex at brunch and he said Detroit. And I said, who else? And he said, I don't know. And I said, where is it? He said, North Carolina. Is that even right? I have no idea. But what I do have an idea is, it is really cold out here today. I got home from brunch and took the dogs outside, and my neighbor that's like 2 down, that has all the little dogs, she came over to see Walter and Otis because I was standing in the driveway. So then they were like pulling me through the snow, and she's like, I'll come to you. And so then my neighbor, pool crew lady number 1, she was on her second walk for the day. She's like, this is my second walk for the day. She was so proud of herself. So anyway, but we were standing out there talking. It is so cold. It feels so cold today. Colder than it's been. Now watch. When I look on the weather, it'll say that it's actually warmer today than it's been. Okay, the current time in Indianapolis, Indiana, as we arrive at our destination, is 4:01 p.m. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for riding with Peter Monn Airlines. The temperature in Indianapolis is currently, we have to wait. The temperature in Indianapolis is currently 27 degrees. The weather forecaster is telling me that it feels like 18 degrees, chance of snow is 2%. If Indianapolis is your last stop on our destination, we hope you enjoy your trip. Thank you for riding with Peter Monn Airlines. We hope to see you again in the near future. So it's what did I say? 27 degrees, but it feels like it's 18. It's a little windy out today. So yeah, 27 degrees. Tonight's low temperature will be nearly the same as last night, which I have no idea what that means. Okay, and then tomorrow is Tanya Jean Applestein, prettiest girl I've ever seen. Oh, I wrote a new version to that. I said it was the remix. I called her the other day. What did I mix it to? I write so many songs throughout the day. My new song, well, this is kind of a topic of conversation today, but my new song is called Fart Face. Fart Face of the World. So when I was a little kid, my mom would call me Fart Face. It's just been something that's like, anyway, so I call the dogs Fart Face. I call Alex Fart Face. I don't know why it's so funny to me. But, so I was like, is that a bird? There's a leaf blowing across the snow. But anyway, I have to tell you the story about the Fart Face thing today, because it was kind of funny when we were leaving Cafe Patachou. But I wrote this new version of Tanya Jean Applestein. How did I say it? Anyway, I don't know, but tomorrow is her birthday. So last week was her sobriety birthday. Tanya celebrated 30 years. Oh my God. And then tomorrow is her belly button birthday. So it's her like birthday. So happy birthday, Tanya Jean. We were talking about it the other night because I was like, I don't know that we've ever like talked about it like that. And she's like, what? And I said, hold on. Now I brought these gloves out today because they're like the warmest ones. And I brought out my blanket. See how warm and cozy it is. And I have my coffee from Cafe Patachou, which is, the flavor was Frangelica, which is not my favorite. So when they've been having flavors that I don't like, I've been going for just the Patachou blend. So this is just the Patachou blend regular. And then Alex and I both they have gluten-free cinnamon, what were they? Cinnamon something donuts. So she was like, do you want one to take home? And I was like, absolutely. And so then Alex was like, well, I want to try one too, which is interesting because he's not like a big sweets person. Well, candy. He likes like jelly candy and stuff like that, but like cakes and donuts and stuff, he's not big on that. So we each got one of those to bring home for the Super Bowl, which basically means Bad Bunny. We're big Bad Bunny fans in this house. Huge Bad Bunny fans in this house. I think Alex introduced me to Bad Bunny way back in the day, but oh my God. Love his music. Think he's so sexy. I'm really excited about the halftime show tonight. So, and Green Day too. So anyway, so there's that, and then I don't even know what time is it on. What did I text Mel earlier? Because I know she does not follow football either, and I texted her and I said, "Happy Super Football Day." She said, oh yeah, there's a sports game after the Green Day concert. And she said, are you guys going to a party? Which is kind of funny because usually we probably, well, he would go to a party, but none of his friends are having parties today. I said, girl, no. Are you? She said, no, I'll be seated on my couch knitting socks and snacking. And I said, LOL. And then her husband's making cheese dip. And I said, I'm getting ready to go vlog. She said, have fun. And so yeah, oh, Nikki just texted me. I found all these Valentine's Day books last night. These Advent Calendar Valentine's Day books. I downloaded 3 of them last night. They're real short. But I'm like, we're a week out from Valentine's Day. And here I'm like, reading these. Now I'm reading like 5 Advent Calendar Valentine's Day books. These Advent Calendar books have totally taken off. But we'll get to that in a second. Okay. Halftime show. What time does it start? Halftime show. Abra, abra, abracadabra. Feel the heat beneath the... Okay, halftime show, 2026. Okay, Bad Bunny is headlining the Apple Music Super Bowl LX. What's LX? L50? 60? It can't be the 60th, is that it? I'm so dumb. What is L? Halftime show on February 6, 2026. Does it say what time? The performance is taking place at Levi Stadium. I knew it was in California. Alex is like North Carolina. Is it North Carolina and Detroit? No. Okay. The pregame. Oh, Mel was right. The pregame is Green Day. Okay. Hold on a second. I have to look this up really quick or I'm going to lose my mind. Do you know what's so funny about like... So, in recovery, like on chips and things like that, like, our time is always told, like, in, like, Roman numerals. So, LX, what does that mean? Oh, it is 60! Girl, she gets an A+ today. I got an A+ today. LX is Roman, is this the 60th Super Bowl? Oh my God, I did not know that. That's kind of a big deal, isn't it? Okay. Feel the heat. I've been listening. Okay, so I watched the Grammy performances. Now, you know I'm a good friend of Lady Gaga's. I wasn't like Stephanie. She and I are good friends. For those of you that watch my drama videos. I did so good on that. People literally thought like that we're like really good friends. People are like, she does follow me on Twitter. I never even go on Twitter anymore. I have no idea why she follows me. I have no clue. It's so, one of the things that's like really, really weird to me is, who was it the other day? I looked up somebody, like I'll look up somebody to follow. I can't remember who it was I was following the other day. But it was, I can't remember who it was. It was some comedian or something. But then I'll look and see like who they follow. Sometimes, you know, just to be like, oh, like, do we follow some of the same people or whatever? And I looked. This is how I find out. This is so strange to me that like the most random people follow me that I have no clue. Who was it? I was like, oh my God, I couldn't believe it. It was like some huge celebrity. And I was like, how do they know who I am? Like I went and looked and they follow like 400 people and I'm like one of them. And I was like, they know who I am. And the way I found out was because it says, I don't even follow them. It says like follow back. And I was like, oh my God, like because it's like somebody else is following them, you know? And so it showed up and I was like, it said follow back. And I went and they're like following. Who was it? Oh my God, this is going to drive me crazy now. Who was it? Anyway, that always cracks me up. You know what I mean? It's not like they're sending me DMs or anything like that. You guys, my DMs are literally TV shows, rescue animals, stuff about Stevie Nicks. I love my DMs. Y'all are so nice in the DMs. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh, I was watching the Grammy performances. I know when I say this, people are going to be like, oh, this is probably not a popular opinion. I didn't watch the Grammys. I love award shows, but the Grammys are probably... So this is the Patache blend. Anyway. It's just like regular coffee. It's okay. I'm going to put my gloves on now. I love award shows, but really like movie and TV show award shows. Oh, these are so short. I forgot how short they are. But I also don't watch like the People's Choice Awards I used to back in the day, or like the Emmys and stuff like that I used to back in the day. I just don't watch award shows other than the Oscars that much anymore. The Grammys, I mean, I used to watch all the stuff back in the day. MTV Music Awards, MTV Movie Awards, the Grammys, People's Choice Awards, SAG Awards. I used to watch all of it back in the day. Tonys, and I don't even know a lot of stuff about the Tonys. I really only watch the Academy Awards anymore. But I wanted to see the performances from the Grammys. So I watched Lady Gaga's. She did Abracadabra, and she wore this Alexander McQueen. Oh my God, one of my favorite designers of life. Have you guys ever watched a documentary about Alexander McQueen? And it, like, you know, he took his life and his depression and stuff like that. It's tragic. It's so sad. You want to talk about one of the most talented people ever that has ever graced this planet. I mean, that documentary and how he learned to like the tailoring of it. Oh my God. It's like, that documentary is incredible. I think it's just called McQueen. It's very sad. Very sad. I should watch that again and react to it for my movie channel because I loved that documentary. Having wanted to be like a fashion designer when I was like in like high school and junior high, like I love anything. Well, back in the day, Unzipped, the Isaac Mizrahi documentary, I loved that documentary and followed like all the models, all the fashion designers back in the day. So I love any of those documentaries. What was the other documentary that I loved that Alex and I watched together? It was about a show. It was a guy's final show. I can't think of what his name is. Anyway, I was not super impressed with Lady Gaga's. Well, you know, I think she tried to do something completely different. Was there like a theme to the Grammys this year? I was very confused. Like they all had like mirrors, because I didn't watch the Grammys. So somebody please explain it to me. But they all had mirrors on the stage. Like she was looking into a mirror. And then Justin Bieber, those were the only two performances I watched. He was looking into a mirror, kind of. Well, he had a mirror on stage. But was it not supposed to be like a bunch of dancers and stuff? Because she didn't have any dancers. And then I thought, well, is this like, you know, everything she thinks she does is very intellectual. You know, she thinks like, so she just had like her band with her. And then she played keyboards and stuff like that. In this costume, which I don't even know if she was playing keyboards or what it was. I thought the performance was fantastic, but I thought the costume was unbelievable. But, you know, she's known for, like, doing all this, like, dance stuff and whatever. She's no dancer. So, is it, like, something they were doing at the Grammys this year where it was just the performer? Because it just seemed like just a performer in the band. Like, was it just focused on music this year, like, no dancers or whatever? I didn't understand it. Her performance to me was just okay. Like, I mean, I like that song. It's a great song, Abracadabra and all that kind of stuff. Is it my favorite? No, but I've been singing it all day today, so I don't know why. But I'm not a huge Justin Bieber fan. I do not follow all of the drama with Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez and Hailey. I don't follow any of that kind of stuff. I do like some of his music. Like, I'm not like a Daydream believer or any of that kind of stuff. I probably couldn't name, honest to God, I probably couldn't name 3 Justin Bieber songs. I didn't even know that Yukon song is like one of his songs where I'd never heard that song before. That performance at the Grammys, like Tanya and I were we were talking about this last night. Because I was asking her what she wants for her birthday, and she was like, she asked she asked Eric, her husband, for John Mellencamp tickets for the summer. And so I was talking about the first time that I ever went and saw John Mellencamp live. The whole story's kind of weird. So my friend that, like, we went on the date, and then we became best friends, and he lives in Florida now, and he's a laser eye surgeon and stuff. We've been friends since I was 19 years old. He and I went to go see Farm Aid, okay? This would have been in 2001 because it was when I started dating my ex. We went to Farm Aid and it was fantastic. Neil Young was there, I can't remember. But the very last person was John Mellencamp. So I live in Indiana. John Mellencamp's from Seymour, Indiana, okay? In Indiana, people love John Cougar Mellencamp. I mean, like, love him. Well, I was just like, you grow up in Indiana, you hear all the songs, right? I just was like, I don't really care. So we had really good seats. We were like in the pavilion. So Deer Creek, which is where like the Grateful Dead, Dave Matthews played and stuff like that. They had the pavilion, and then after the pavilion, it like is like the lawn seats. A lot of people sit in the lawn. We had really good seats. We were like in the pavilion. So my friend and I looked at each other and we're like, he's like, are you, because John Mellencamp was coming out to close the concert. He's like, are you ready to go? And I was like, yeah, let's go. So we started walking out, and John Mellencamp came out, and like, he started playing R.O.C.K. in the USA. Not one of my favorite songs, but I mean, I'm not like, well, today I'm a pretty big John Mellencamp fan, but back then I was not. I just was like, I mean, you hear it so much in Indiana. Every bar you go to, I mean, it's like constantly they play it, right? And so we started walking out. The crowd, I have never seen a crowd like this before in my entire life at any concert. Before, then, since then. Went crazy. John Mellencamp played for an hour nonstop, okay? We went back. He was like, my friend was like, let's go back in. So we went back in. I mean, played all of his hits. It was unbelievable. Probably one of the best concerts I've ever seen in my entire life, besides Ziggy Marley, the B-52s. Sade was pretty good, too, but she just stood in front of a microphone and sang the entire time. B-52s and Ziggy Marley is probably the best concert I've ever been to in my entire life. That was at Deer Creek, too. I think it might have been that summer. But anyway, Lilith Fair was actually really good as well. What were some of my favorite concerts? Certain people at Ultra have been, like, unbelievable. Like, who was the person we heard a couple years ago? They're a German DJ, like, it's a duo. Art something. They played in the Carl Cox place. Cascade's always fantastic there. Nora En Pure, the first time that I ever saw her there, we just kind of, like, walked in, and Nora En Pure was there, and it was, like, the middle of the afternoon, and she just, like, she's so loungy. I love all of her music. But anyway, oh my god, two cardinals just, I was like, the first one didn't kind of look like it, the second one was red. Isn't it, somebody told me this a couple years ago, that the female cardinals are like brown, and the male cardinals are red. I wonder if they're mating. Anyway, so what's interesting about that is, I remember I came home that night from going to that concert, and I had gone on like one day, or 2 dates. I think it was my birthday. I think we went to it on my birthday. God, that would be so weird if I looked it up. Well, anyway. I should look up Farm Aid 2001. Because my birthday, you know, is June 29th. Let's look up Farm Aid. See if it was anywhere close to that. Because I remember when I came home, my ex, he had this, like, really long, like, rainbow flag on his car. And I like bumper stickers and stuff like that. But this one was, like, huge on his car. And I made some joke about it. I was like, I don't love that. Or something like that. And then, we had gone on, like, 2 days or something like that. And then he knew that I loved, like, all this beaded jewelry. Which is really interesting because I wore a lot of it today. So he got me this jewelry box, which I still have in my closet today. And he had it filled with all this beaded jewelry. And then he had that pride. He had, like, got a new, like, pride stripe flag for his car, and then he had that one on the back of it. Or he had the one that I didn't like. I can't remember why I didn't like it. It was, like, real thin or something like that. And I was like, if you're gonna have a pride flag on the back of your car, have a pride flag. Like, let's not hide it or something like that. I can't remember. Farm Aid. But it was sitting on my doorstep when I got home. And then after that, we were just like, this is 1990. That was the year I graduated from high school. Indianapolis. What did I say? 2001? September 29th. Oh, it does say Willie Nelson, Neil Young, John Mellencamp alongside Dave Matthews. But that wouldn't have been September 29th, 2001. It would have been my birthday. The event was held at Verizon Wireless, which would have been, we still call it Deer Creek. Why is it saying that it was September 29th? Oh my god, only 18 days after the 9/11 attacks. I'm gonna look up what concert would have been. Deer Creek, June 29th, 2001. Well, my friend and I must have gone to that. It's saying Leonard Skinner, Deep Purple. You know what we did go for? Did we go to that one? Maybe I'm getting the dates wrong. Whatever, no. I must be getting the dates wrong on that. You know what? We broke up, and then we got back together. And we got back together around... Why can't I remember this? Because it was 25 years ago. I don't know, but anyway, we went to Farm Aid, and I remember... I think we must have got back together, and that's what that wood box was for, anyway, with the jewelry in it. But anyway, what's interesting about that is that... So my ex is from Seymour, Indiana, which is where John Mellencamp is from. Tanya and I were talking about this. Tanya wanted John Mellencamp tickets for her birthday, which is tomorrow. So I was telling her, I said, what's interesting is that Seymour is not... When you drive into Seymour, Indiana, that's going to drive me crazy now. I'm going to have to, like, look into that more. I have to look at the picture. I have a picture, actually, of me in the basement. I have a picture of me, like, going to the concert. Oh, you know what? I bet that picture has a date on the back of it. I'm going to look on there and it's going to say September 29th. And then I'm going to be like, why do I have my birthday connected to this at all? Because of the present. Well, anyway, while we were at the concert, my ex drove up and put this jewelry box on the doorstep to my apartment. I don't know what that, would that have maybe been an anniversary for us? It would have been like maybe, no, but why would I have gone to a concert on my anniversary with my ex? Or maybe he just did it to surprise me. I don't know, this is going to drive me crazy. I'll piece it together and I'll let y'all know. We'll solve that cozy mystery of past relationships. Who cares? Who cares? Anyway, what was I going to say about it? Oh, so Tanya was talking about it, and I said, you know what's so funny is, I said that I could care less about John Mellencamp, and then when I started dating my ex, like every place you go in Seymour, Indiana, we would play pool a lot down there. So every bar you go to play pool, they're playing, like the jukebox is always John Mellencamp. Little Pink Houses is, well, Cherry Bomb's probably my favorite song, but Little Pink Houses. I love John Mellencamp now. I'm like a huge John Mellencamp fan. But every time we would go down there, I mean, even when like he moved up here and we moved in together and all that kind of stuff, and we would go down there to visit his like old roommates that are still friends of mine today and stuff like that, like, we would go to like O'Brien's, what was it called, O'Brien Street, and we would shoot pool and stuff like that, and the jukebox would always play like, you know, like 2 hours with a John Mellencamp. Well, when you drive into Seymour, there's a huge sign that says, somebody on here said they're from Seymour, Indiana. But anyway, when you drive into Seymour, the sign says, when you pull into 51, which is like the main strip in Seymour, it says, welcome to Seymour, the birthplace of John Cougar Mellencamp, and the home of the Oktoberfest the first weekend in October. That's what Seymour, Indiana is supposedly known for. Well, one year when we went to the Oktoberfest, like, John Mellencamp, there's a guitar center, like, guitar store, music store that's, like, right on the main street in Seymour, Indiana. And when you, like, that's where, like, the Oktoberfest is. They have, like, cakewalks and stuff there. And John Mellencamp was just, like, out there playing guitar, like, during the Oktoberfest and stuff like that. But anyway, that's what Tawny Jean wants for her birthday, is John Mellencamp tickets. So, she'll be going to John Mellencamp. I said, I would like to go to John Mellencamp too. And she goes, oh, I think Eric and I are going, if you and Alex want to go. Alex won't go to John Mellencamp. I mean, he would. If I bought the tickets and I said I wanted to go, he would go. But he'd be like, no, take a friend that really wants to go. But I think like that's maybe during like a trip that we have planned. Because we have some trips in the plan. Anyway, y'all want to hear about the funny story that happened today? Okay, well, I'll tell you about brunch first. So at brunch, Alex had he just said copy and paste today. Our like really good friend was our server today. And it was at the very end, there weren't that many people left when we got there. And so, there are so many cardinals out here. Maybe I'm just noticing it more because this one is like bright red and it's flying from, oh my God, there's another one. Maybe it's because I can see it so much because of the snow. It is really windy right now, you guys. Like, I almost brought the hat out and I forgot. There is a blue jay up in that tree. Oh my gosh. I would show you guys, but it's like the tree's over there and you can't really see it. It just flew up another branch. I can't believe I'm seeing all these really beautiful birds. So yeah, so it was our friend that was a server today. She was hilarious. We were having so much fun talking to her. So Alex got the turkey chili, bowl of turkey chili with croutons, and then he got the Cuban. He brought half of it home, and then we also each got a gluten-free cinnamon donut. They have a lot of like, they cater to a lot of like food allergies there. So like they have like, so I like got a gluten-free waffle today. The reason I don't have to eat gluten-free. The reason I get the gluten-free waffle is because one of the old servers, well, he doesn't work there anymore, told me the gluten-free waffle is better than the regular waffle because it's lighter. So they put like the little flags, you know, like for celiac and things like that. They put it like on the food. But some of their food, I prefer sometimes gluten-free food, honestly. I think it's like, it tastes so much better. So Alex got that, then we got the donut, and then he had 2 Cokes while we were there. And that, well, he took one home, and then he loves the ice from there. I got the coffee, and then I had a waffle, gluten-free waffle, butter, syrup. They usually serve it with fruit, but I only eat like half the cup of fruit, and then I feel like I'm wasting it. So I ended up getting potatoes and ketchup instead. I was really craving something salty. It was so good. I put a picture on my Instagram in case you guys would like to see our brunch today. What the world needs now. Woo! Oh look, Cafe Palace, she just posted a picture of Bad Bunny. Look at that. What the world? Oh, they put several pictures of Bad Bunny. Cafe Palace, we love you. What the world needs now. Oh, look, there's Alex's brunch. He posted his brunch. That's his, and then you can see mine. Alex posted this. The most important parts of the Super Bowl are the commercials and the food. I really don't care who makes the most baskets. Okay, but here's mine. My picture is much better than anything. There's my waffle. There's my potatoes that Alex and I share, and there's his Cuban, and there's my coffee. Anyway, so she was telling us all these funny stories and stuff like that. But when we were, I haven't seen this guy in a long time. He used to have a little dog, and I don't see his dog anymore. Maybe he just didn't bring it out because it's so cold. But we were going there. Well, I was like, Alex and I don't know why. This is like kind of our thing. We always like read billboards and like joke to each other about the billboards. Well, there was a new billboard when we were like turning in to the mall where the restaurant is. And it said, career-ready students. It was like some ad for like a college. And it said career-ready students. Like students that are ready to graduate from college and they're already ready for their career. You should hire them because they went to our great college, right? And I said, I'm a career-ready student. This is how we talk. I mean, it's just all sarcasm, right? And I said, I'm a career-ready student. He goes, you definitely are. And I said, what career should I have? And he said, well, I thought he said prosecution, which it sounds weird anyway. Like, prosecutor would make sense, right? Prosecution doesn't make sense, but we all get things wrong. Me, Tanya, and Alex get things wrong all the time. So he goes, prosecution. And I said, I think that would be a great job for me. He goes, you do, don't you? He goes, you're so good at that. And I go, I would be really good at prosecution. And I said, I'd just get on the stand and I'd say, you did it, and you know you did it. Just admit to it. And he goes, prosecution? I didn't say prosecution. I said prostitution. I said, well, I'd be really good at that too. He goes, well, that's what I thought you were saying. Okay. So then we're coming out of Cafe Parachute, okay? He's so cold. I swear to God, if it's 60 degrees, Alex is like, it's so cold. He's got his hood up and all this kind of stuff on his hoodie, and he's like, it's so cold. So we're walking out there. And I go, and I'm like dancing through the parking lot and all this kind of stuff. I'm in such a good mood. I'm like, it's so pretty out today, blah, 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 whatever. He goes, it's so cold. I go, so we're getting in the car, right? And before he even turns on the car, he's like hitting all the heating buttons and the seats and all that kind of stuff so everything's turned on. I go, why are you being such a fart face? Now, I call people fart faces all the time. I know, not you, and of course not you. But I call people fart faces all the time. Tanya Jean, Nikki, Mel, all of our friends, Alex, Caroline, everybody. I call fart faces. You can thank my mom for that. So anyway, he goes, we get in the car. He's trying to be all funny and cute. And he goes, I go, stop being such a fart face. He goes, I'll tell you what, one of these days you're going to catch me on a bad mood and then you're going to find out what a fart face is. And I go, one of these days I'm going to catch you. He goes, yeah, one of these days you're going to catch me. I go, one of these days you're going to catch me outside. How about that? That shut him up. He goes, you are so full of jokes today, aren't you? I said, I am in a good mood. He goes, why are you in such a good mood? I said, well, I started 3 new Valentine's Day Advent calendar books last night, and I started a new show. He goes, you already told me that on the way here. It's like, land the plane. Don't be telling the story again. We don't need to hear the story again. You already told it once. So today, we've got, well, I'm not watching, I'll tell you this right now. I probably won't even watch the Super Bowl. I'll probably be taking a nap, or the halftime show. I'll probably be taking a nap during it. I'll get up and I'll watch the video of it on YouTube is what I'll probably do. So when I get done with this, I'm going to take my walk. And then we watched 2 movies last night. I kind of forgot about that until right now. So we might watch another movie tonight because I want to watch an Oscar movie. Well, I've got to watch all the Oscar movies. The closer we get to the Oscars, the less he's wanting to watch the Oscar movies. So I'm just going to probably watch them all on my own. But anyway, we might watch a movie tonight. He'll probably want to watch the Super Bowl and have it on in the background just for like the celebrity spottings and stuff like that. He'll have it on the background just like texting his friends. His one girlfriend, I'll have him text me this. Do you want to see what she got for the Super Bowl? Well, her husband's on call. So, and then our other friends, so that's the one that just got married. Her husband's on call. And then the other couple that got married first, they're in Mexico right now on vacation. So they're not going. I'm kind of surprised Caroline's not doing anything. What did Caroline tell me she was doing for the Super Bowl today? The camera just stopped. I just remember she told me she is taking Mike over to her son David's house and that she's going to come home and watch TV shows. She has no desire to watch the Super Bowl. I'm going to ask Alex, hold on a second. Can you text me? He's upstairs right now with the pups. Text me a pic of... So I said, what are your friends... We were at brunch. I said, what are your friends doing for the Super Bowl? I can't believe you're not all getting together or whatever. And he showed me his friend... she got a football-shaped meatloaf. Girl, that is so gross. But why'd that kind of sound good? Do you know what is so weird is that as a vegetarian, like the only thing that like, well, not the only thing, every once in a while, like meat stuff sounds good. I'm trying to think of something like, well, like right now, like a steak does not sound good to me at all. But like if we went to a steakhouse, sometimes like a steak smells good to me. People are always like, it's because you're not getting enough iron. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with the fact that a steak smells good. It's really not that deep. I know people are like, they want to like analyze the hell out of it. It's like, you're not getting enough iron. That's why a steak smells good. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with, trust me, I've been a vegetarian long enough. I know. I get enough iron, okay? It has to do with that a steak just smells good sometimes. But you know what's really weird? And I think it's more of like a comfort food to me kind of thing. Did he text it to me? Oh, he did. Okay, I have to show you guys this meatloaf. Where'd she get it from? Super Bowl meatloaf. She paid $12.23 for this. I think it's kind of fun, honestly. But you know what? Okay, like, I hated this stuff as kids, all right? Like, when I was a kid, I hated... These were the meals that my mom made. I'm gonna have to go in and get that hat in a second. These were the meals that my mom made that I absolutely hated as a kid. Oh my God, are you guys watching my vlog while the Super Bowl's on? Like, I see people online being like, what are you gonna do while your family watches... Oh, on the psychological book clubs, or like, what book are you gonna read while your family's watching the Super Bowl? How many of you are watching this? What, should it be up? Should I post this early today? What time does the Super Bowl start? 6:30? I'm not posting this at 6:30. No, that's too early. Why are they having this Super Football game at 6:30? I know it's called the Super Bowl. What time does the Super Bowl start? What? We got to learn everything about the Super Bowl, okay? Does anybody not know as much as I don't know? Like, is anybody out there willing to admit it? Like, I really don't know. I have no idea who's playing. Now I feel like it's Detroit, North Carolina. Does North Carolina have a football team? Because Alex thought it was in North Carolina, so maybe it's North Carolina. Hold on a second. What time is the Super Bowl? Okay. Oh, here. It tells you who it is. The Seahawks against the Patriots. San Francisco Patriots? Seahawks. Who's the Seahawks? Oh, it starts at 6:30. That seems rather early for a football game. Who's playing? Where to watch, kickoff time, and everything you need. We need to know everything. This is from NBC. Okay. We need to know everything. Oh, Seattle Seahawks. Why did my husband... He was so sure. He was like, North Carolina. I go, where is the Super Bowl? North Carolina. The Seattle Seahawks and the New England Patriots will go head-to-head for football glory at Super Bowl 60 on Sunday. Continue reading. Okay. The game starts at 6:30. What time will it be over? Will be provided in both English and Spanish. There will be hours worth of pregame coverage starting at 1 p.m. The 2026 Super Bowl will air Sunday on NBC, Peacock, Telemundo, and Universal. Okay. What to know about the Seahawks and the Patriots? I don't care. The match will unfold in Santa Clara, California at Levi's Stadium, home to the San Francisco 49ers. I knew San Francisco had something to do with that. From the Seahawks, the last time Seattle made the Super Bowl in 2015, the Patriots handed them a 20... I don't know who these people are. Okay. They're talking about first time without coaches and people, things like that. I don't care. Who is performing at the halftime? Well, Bad Bunny, of course. He's supposed to have all kinds of gay people and stuff in it. I can't wait. What is this an ad for? Something on Temu? Temu's official sale is on? Oh, look at her. 60-year-old replaced $21,000 500 facelift with this $38 drugstore item. It's an ad. That is AI. That is not an ad. That is AI. Don't fall for that shit. 1983 performance ranked worst Super Bowl halftime of all time. What show was it? 1983. Who was it? The halftime show, January 30th, 1983. Who was it, though? Titled Kaleidoscope Superscope. The segment was produced by Bob Janney Productions and showcased the Los Angeles Super Drill Team in a parade of color and movement. What is this? They didn't have no star or anything like that? Well, I've never even heard of this before. Is that for real, though? But for many fans and critics, the 1903 halftime remains a cautionary example of how not to entertain millions. I guess. What was it? Was it just like dancers from a marching band or something? I don't understand. I don't understand. I'm very confused. Oh my God, my hands are so cold. Okay, so the Super Bowl, I probably won't watch it tonight. I mean, I definitely won't watch a Super Bowl, okay? The Super Football game. I definitely won't watch a Super Football game. I could care less. No, really, I'm not even going to act like I care. And if I was at a party, I can tell you right now, I would truly by the treat tray, eating one cube of cheese after another and cheese dip and loading up plates, and I probably would have a good cigarette or two at a Super Bowl party if anybody else had one. I mean, what are you doing at a Super Football party? I don't know. I went to one with Tanya Jean. Tanya will call me tonight and she'll be like, back in the day, she'll be like, do you remember that Super Bowl party? I mean, I went to the Super Bowl party at her house. Like, I'm trying to think of like, in reference to who would have been there and who would have been sober. I mean, this is literally like 20 years, 25. It probably was, God, the first year I was with my ex. And I remember I kept on doing this thing. I would like, you know, like, what's her face? Molly Shannon or whatever that does Superstar. But I was going, touchdown. Tanya still like makes me do that today. She thinks it's so funny. But anyway, now I'm not going to any Super Bowl parties tonight. I'm going to be finishing my show that I started last night, which is called Steel on Prime. And I saw that Justin Anderson, the hairstylist, well, he sold his hair business, but he's with Scoot now. Well, they've been together forever. But anyway, he posted some, I'd seen it on Amazon Prime, like the ad for it, but I didn't think much about it. It's a British show, but it's not like a BritBox show. It's like a new show that just came out. It is so good, you guys. I watched 4 episodes of it last night. I've got 2 episodes. I started the 5th episode. It's only 6 episodes. So it's about this big, like, financial trading company, and somebody comes in, and they're, like, all their money is tied up in, like, people's pensions and retirement, and somebody, like, has come up with this huge plan to steal $4 billion, okay, or 4 billion pounds or whatever from this company. And so then it's the police trying to figure out if it was an inside job or whatever. It is so good. So you want to watch a binge-worthy show, Steel. It's on Prime TV. So last night I watched mostly that, but I read a lot last night. So Alex and I, yesterday, we sat down and watched a movie, and so he was getting ready to put The Housemaid on. I really wanted to watch The Housemaid. I love the Freida McFadden books, so I wanted to see. I'd heard a lot about it. Nikki said it was pretty close to the book. She had watched it the night before. She was like, Tanya had seen it. Tanya was like, yeah, it's okay. It follows the book and whatever. And so I was like, let's give it a try and see whatever. Nikki had said it's kind of like some of the acting's really bad. Tanya said the acting was really bad too. But that, it was kind of like a Lifetime movie. I get what they're saying now. I will say this. As closely as it could. I mean, there were some small parts that were different. Like, I remember, this isn't going to ruin nothing, but I remember, like, the daughter's allergic to peanut butter. Am I making this up, or was this in the book? The daughter's allergic to peanut butter, and then she, like, makes her a peanut butter sandwich, and then, like, the girl goes into, like, allergic shock or something. Did that happen in the book? Well, it didn't happen in the movie. But anyway, I felt like the movie was very close to the book. Very close to the book. It felt very slow to me. I'm going to do a whole reaction to it on my movie channel. The battery's at the halfway mark, by the way. When I go in, well, I have another battery. Look, right here in my secret pocket. I have a little battery. But I'm going to get my hat when it starts flashing. Well, if it does. I felt like it stuck really, really close to the book. But I felt like it was... Well, the main guy kept on driving me crazy because I kept on thinking he was somebody else, like Chris Evans or who... I thought he was some other actor. I'm not a big Sydney Sweeney fan. Amanda Seyfried I like a lot. I thought she was very good in it. I thought it was okay. Enzo in the book plays a much bigger part than he does in the movie. He's like hardly in the movie at all, but in the book, he's a huge part of the book. And they're supposedly making a second movie to it, and the second one is like huge. Like, he's really a big part of the second one. I haven't read the third one yet. I liked it. I didn't think it was horrible. I will tell you this. So we watched first, because Alex was like, what do you want to watch first? And I said, well, you were wanting to watch People We Meet on Vacation, which is based on the Emily Henry, the romantic book. I think the one I read was called Beach Reads or something like that. I don't know. I've read one of her books. I looked it up here a while ago when I was vlogging one night. I have not read this book, People We Meet on Vacation. I think I have it on Audible, and I've never read it. Is there something in the book, before I do my reaction to it, can somebody tell me this? Because I know the cover of the book is orange and green, and the Airbnb that she stays in at the end is orange and green. And I was like, are they doing that for the movie because it's referencing the cover of the book? Because there's a lot of that in there that references, like, different things from, like, anyway, like, the very end of the movie, like, the way they're sitting on the beach is exactly the cover of the book, which I loved. I thought it was very cute how they did that. But is there a reference in the book, before I look like an idiot in my review, is there a reference in the book to the colors orange and green? Because it's, like, it's very obvious in the movie. They're, like, recreating the cover of the book, kind of. Okay, I'm not a rom-com person. Every once in a while, like, I used to love those, like, Notting Hill with Julia Roberts and, what was that guy's name? Anyway, well, I can't think of his name. Grant something. Anyway, I loved those movies back in the day. But I'm not a big rom-com person, and I'm not, like, I don't know, maybe I'm changing a little bit, and I'm becoming more, like, I mean, I am a very romantical person. Like, when I say that word, people laugh. I mean, I'm a romantic person. Like, I like to do romantic gestures. I like to have romantic gestures done to me and things. That sounds so dirty, doesn't it? But you know what I mean, like, and creative ones as well. But I'm not somebody that just, like, loves to read romances. But I really liked Heated Rivalry. I have to tell you this about Heated Rivalry. Like, I almost kind of want to watch it again. Like, since I watched it, that show, like, I got the first book, Game Changer. I started, like, I read, like, one page of it. I understand, like, it's helping a lot of people come out and come to terms with their own sexuality. As a 53-year-old gay man, like, it has made me fall in love with that gay part of myself all over again that I felt like I had when I was, like, 20 years old after I came out. You know, that I'm like, okay, I'm here, I'm queer. It's like, that show has made me, I don't know that necessarily when I was watching it, but seeing the aftermath of it, seeing, like, Hudson Williams everywhere and fashion shows and hanging out with Ricky Martin and all this kind of stuff, and the cast and people getting so excited about the show has made me really proud of being part of the LGBTQI plus community again. Like, and, like, I don't know, like, I almost kind of want to watch the show again. Like, I did not realize at the time that I was watching Heated Rivalry that it was having that effect on me. And I don't know that it did at the time that I was watching it. It was almost like it had that effect on me afterwards. But anyway, so we watched People You Meet on Vacation. So it's based on the Emily Henry book. Caroline's read all of her books. I think I've read one of them. But like I said, I'm not a big rom-com book person, movie person, TV show. Alex says. He seemed like he was kind of bored with it. I laughed my ass off. I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was so good. Held my attention. I was not bored. I did not feel like it was slow at all. Well, a little bit I did, because it kind of jumps back and forth in time, but, like, it makes sense that way. I knew how it was going to end, but I have to tell you, like, even then, like, I don't care. Like, if you know this is what I don't like about movies and books, okay? Is when they try to, like, act like it's a big surprise, but you know how it's going to end, and then it ends how you think it's going to end, but they act like it's a big surprise. The movie doesn't hide behind that, guys. It doesn't hide behind this, like, we're going to surprise you with some shock ending. It's a rom-com. You know how it's going to end. You know what I mean? I loved it. I thought it was really, really well done. I actually thought, like, I don't really know either of the people. I looked him up. Like, I know the guy. He was in Hunger Games. He's been in some other stuff. He was actually hanging out with Hudson Williams the other night at, like, some fashion show in Milan or something. She was hilarious. She reminds me of Alex's best girlfriend, the one that's in Mexico right now. But they look completely different. She's got blonde hair, but she acts just like her. I really liked the movie. I thought it was a great movie. People You Meet on Vacation. I mean, I'm somebody that doesn't typically like those rom-com kind of movies. Then we watched The Housemaid after that. I mean, I'm glad I watched it, because I read the book. I'm not somebody that always, I want to make this very clear. I'm not somebody that always says the book is better than the movie. Okay? And quite frankly, and like, I know that people can't stand when I say this, the movie To Kill a Mockingbird with Gregory Peck and Mary Badham as Scout, who I think that role that Mary Badham played as Scout is probably one of the finest acting performances that has ever been done in the history of film is Mary Badham as Jean Louise Scout. To this day, I think the movie is 100 times better than the book. To be honest with you, To Kill a Mockingbird, the book, I love the sentiment, I love the message, but there's a lot of it when it's not in the movie. Like, there's a lot of family members that aren't in the movie and stuff like that that's a little boring to me, and reading the book. The movie is fantastic. So I'm not somebody, like John Green, some of his movies come pretty close for me. Like, I loved Fault in the Stars, the book. I sat out here sobbing reading it. I read it like in 2 days. I remember Tyler Oakley talking about it, and that's why I ended up getting Fault in Our Stars. And seeing the movie, I thought the movie was actually really, really good. I thought it was a good adaptation of it. What was the one with the girl named Margot? Was that Paper Towns? Well, the movie was so effed up from the beginning because they completely changed everything about it. But anyway, I'm not somebody that says that, like, the book is better than the movie always. Like, I don't believe that. I think I watched a lot of, like, the Laura Dave TV series with Jennifer Garner. The last thing he told me, I thought the show, I thought it held its own against the book. And there's a lot of books and TV shows out there, like, right now that I think are just that good. So, you know, I'm not somebody that typically says that, or doesn't always, like, go by that rule. Like, if I think the show is better, I'll say that. The Housemaid, I thought, and I haven't read The People You Meet on Vacation, so I can't speak to that. But The Housemaid, I thought, like, I can remember reading that book, and I've read a few Freida McFadden books since then. I can remember where I was walking when I was listening to certain parts of it, because there were certain things I can't say because it'll ruin the show. It'll ruin it for you if you haven't seen it. I would definitely, it's one of the things where I definitely would say read the book before you watch the movie, or instead of watching the movie. The book is 100 times better. I don't know, it feels very trite to me as a movie, but as a book, it didn't feel predictable. And when I say that to people, they're like, you didn't think The Housemaid was predictable? I didn't feel like it was predictable. No, I didn't. I thought it was going in a complete different direction than it did. I can remember listening to it when I was walking, and I just kept on walking and walking that night because I wanted to finish it, because I couldn't believe, like, I was like, where is this going? And a little bit with the ending is a little different. But Enzo was a huge part of the book, and I really liked Enzo. The guy that plays him in the movie is like hubba, so attractive. I don't even know why they cast this guy to just stand outside a door half the movie. Like, he's a huge... Also, I feel like, and maybe I'm wrong, but like in the book, I felt like Enzo was older. Like, a lot older. Not like 60, but I thought he was like... I don't know, I just thought he was older in the book. But anyway, I thought it was okay. I mean, do I think it's like the greatest book ever, the greatest movie ever? No. I thought it followed the book very closely, but I wasn't like, this is the thing, if I had read the book and never seen the movie, I would have been just fine. But I'm glad that we watched it. So I watched a lot of the trailers. I asked Alex, he's like, send me the trailers of the ones you want to watch. I want to see Hamnet. I want to see Song Sung Blue. Somebody mentioned yesterday Kate Hudson put out an album. I was not aware of that. I did not know that. I think a couple years ago somebody said that. I didn't know Kate Hudson put out an album. I really want to watch... Sentimental Value is the only one, and it'll end up being my favorite watch. Sentimental Value is the only one that I'm not like super excited. Oh, Marty Supreme. I don't know, see, it's not streaming yet, so I'd have to go see that movie theater, Oscar movies. One Battle After Another, I'll probably really end up liking. That's the one that Alex kind of wanted to see. It's on HBO right now. I'm not a big Leonardo DiCaprio fan. I heard it was great, though. Benicio del Toro is in that, right? I think he's so hot. Blue Moon. The Secret Agent, you can rent right now. Sentimental Value. Hamnet, I really want to see. If I had legs to kick you, I really want to see. Song Sung Blue, I want to see. Train Dreams, everybody, it's on Netflix. Literally everybody has told me it was so boring. F1... I have no desire to see that movie at all, but I'll watch it. Because it's up for Best Picture. Come See Me in the Good Light, I think, is a documentary. Where did she park? That's my poker lady. Those are the documentaries at the end. Yeah, so I'll probably watch Oscar movie tonight. I also want to, well, now I have 2 movies to review from my movie channel. I also want to watch Amish Stud, the Eli Weaver story. Oh, tonight I also have to watch Suddenly Amish and take my notes on it, because that's going to be my video tomorrow. But anyway, so yeah, we watched 2 movies last night. It was really, really fun. We had a good time. And then we got done about, I don't even know what time it was, but I was going upstairs to lay down. And I said, I'm going to go upstairs and read. So I read for like an hour. I listened to like an hour of my audiobook, the Kathy Reichs book. I'm trying to finish it. So I made I had a calendar of when I wanted to finish my audiobooks by, but I like had to, I didn't finish Murder by Cheesecake when I thought I would. So I like put it on a different schedule. So anyway, so I can get caught up completely with everything by the end of February. So I trimmed my beard today too and shaved around here. Does it look nice? Anyway, so I went upstairs with the dogs. Alex watched. Well, Walter always follows me everywhere. Otis came up later. Walter's like my little shadow. Sounds like spring. Okay, so I didn't hear her get back in her car. She walked back out, and I'm like, where did she get? Where is she from? Who is this person? I don't see her walking down the street. I've never seen this person before. She walked up to Pool Crew Lady number 1's house and took like a bag, and she like smiled at me, but I've never seen her before. She's like younger. And then she walked back out, but I don't know where she went. Like there's no car that went that way or this way. I thought she came out of a car. So it means she must live down there somewhere by the pool. But I've never seen this woman before in my entire life. Anyway, so I laid in bed and I read Beyond the Shadows, which is a cozy mystery book for February for the Cozy Mystery Book Club. I'm loving that book. And I read Monument 14. Oh, I can't remember what that cozy mystery apocalypse book was that I read a while ago, but I started reading First Lady Down. I actually really like it. I'm not to the end of the world part yet, but so she's in Paris. So her husband was the president and he passed away. So the vice president became the president. So now they've kept her on to be like, kind of like ambassador to climate issues. So she's in Paris. And she's like, got to keep up. She doesn't get along with the new president at all. That was the vice president. So she's supposed to keep up with like, you know, like always like speaking for like the U.S. and all this kind of stuff. Like, but like they're all like fighting her. Like it's like, you know, they're all like, why do you believe this and whatever. And so she's finally kind of had enough. And she says, you're right. I think the president is idiotic and is what he believes about this. And we've got to start coming together. And they're like, what? And so it's like, she basically comes out against the president, who's her old vice president, and says he's an idiot. So she's like, so that like all the security, so then the lights go down and like the security details like rushing them out and stuff like that. It's called First Lady Down, okay? It's a standalone in this cozy apocalyptic series. It's free on Kindle Unlimited. The first one was about this small town. I can't remember what it was called, but I talked about it over here nonstop. So anyway, she goes back to the hotel room, and the president calls her and he fires her. She's like, I could care less. For the first time in my life, I'm free. I can do whatever I want to do. I don't have to follow these rules. I can just be who I want to be. But then you can tell like some like zombie apocalypse. Well, it's not a zombie apocalypse because you know from the first book that it's like this. Well, she talks about it a little bit. Like the president doesn't believe, because the CDC is already involved, that there's this strain. And it's like a difference between like a fever and something else. That's what the book is about. But I started that last night. Well, then I was looking up something. You know, all these books are, because I'm constantly looking up Kindle Unlimited. My Kindle right now, so you can buy books on Kindle or you can like borrow books from Kindle Unlimited, but you can only borrow 20 books. I'm maxed out right now. And I'm casually reading half of them, okay? I haven't even entered some of them into my Goodreads yet. So I'm looking up this thing, and it comes up, I think I screenshot it before I got online and bought it. Hold on. Ben Farthing, okay, who's somebody over here, Nikki and I call him still Ben Farthing, but Ben Farthing, okay, who wrote the 31st Trick-or-Treater. Who knew he had a Valentine's Day book? I did not know that. Okay. See, I'm constantly screenshotting. Here's one called When the Rain Came. I can't download it, though. Well, I think you have to buy this one. Yeah, $11.99 on Kindle. Who is paying $11.99 for an author that nobody's ever heard of before? Okay, here's a show steal, because I put it on my... And then Tawny got me hooked on Sherwood. I'm loving that so much. My ears are about frozen off right now, can I just tell you? Okay. Oh, also, I want to start watching The Burbs on Peacock. It comes out tonight. I think Keke Palmer's in it. Oh, I love her so much. And then Search Party Season 1 through 5 on Netflix. Does anybody know what that is? This is all my phone is, a screenshot. Oh, look, the little dogs were asleep yesterday when we were watching movies. They were so sweetlies. Okay, what was the book called? I thought I screenshot it. No, here's another book that I screenshot. World Burning Book 1. It's all apocalyptic books. Anyway, do you guys like these Vans? Tell me yes or no. They come in all different. They come in blonde. Look, they're like Vans loafers, but I want a pair of them. They come in black. They come in all different colors. And then what do we think about this swimsuit? It's got like a little buckle on the side of it. Do we like that? Okay, it's expensive. It's like $110, but I think it's going to be on sale, so I'm going to keep it looking at it. Oh, this was, Alex sent me this picture. This was Otis sitting on Alex's lap the other day. Aww. So, anyway, I can't remember what the book is called. Ben Farthing, if you want to read it. It's an advent calendar book, okay? It's only like, they're all real short. Well, underneath that, I should have brought my what do you call it out? My Kindle out, so I could have shown you guys. But underneath there, so I got that one, downloaded that on Kindle Unlimited. There was another one. It's something about a bowling alley. It's like 126 pages. It's something about a bowling alley and somebody getting killed there. This guy's obsessed with this gal that works at this bowling alley, and he kills all these people on Valentine's Day. Okay, that's the second one that I got. The third one is about, this one is good, you guys. I read like 4 chapters of it last night. It's like only like 200 pages. It's about these girls, and they're having like, it kind of reminds me of the Kristen Mulligan book for Christmas that I read a year ago. Not the most recent one, but a year ago. The first one I really liked. The second one was just okay. If you guys want to know what these are, comment in the comment section below, and I'll comment back and let you guys know what they're called, because I don't remember right now. If you care. If you don't, then it's whatever. But the second one is about these 3 women, and they're having like an anti-Valentine's Day weekend, and they were at this cabin in the woods in this lake. Well, there's 2 cabins next to each other. So they're kind of scared because they go down this long road, and they're like drinking wine. They're going to watch scary movies. They're like in their late 20s, and they get to this cabin, and they go inside, and like next door they can hear screaming and stuff like that. I just got to that part. But they're like, we're not going next door. Like, they're like smart gals, right? But like, apparently like, it's like this killing that is happening at this cabin next door. And they're next door having their like anti-Valentine's Day weekend. It's a real short book. They're all free on Kindle Unlimited. I'm like obsessed with Kindle Unlimited. Like, no, like, but for real, I am. Like, I am, like, constantly renting books on Kindle Unlimited. Like, not renting books, but, like, because you return them afterwards. Yesterday, to get the Ben Farthing book, I had to return one of my books. And I, like, went through them, and I was like, which one of these anti-apocalyptic or apocalyptic books am I going to return so that I can get the Ben Farthing Valentine's Day book? And so I was, like, looking through all of them to see which one I hadn't started yet. Because I'm, like, I'm going to obviously return a book that I haven't started yet, you know? Anyway, so tonight I'm going to walk, and then I'm going to read, and then when do I have to finish the Kathy Reichs book by? I think I gave myself until Wednesday. Hold on a second. Audible schedule. I have till the 11th. Yeah, that's Wednesday. Yeah, so this week, filming videos. Alex said he has nothing, well, he has work, but nothing tomorrow night or Tuesday night. Wednesday, we both have our haircuts back to back. So Caroline's picking me up from the hair salon, and then we're doing Cousin Fun Day, unless something comes up and she has like a meeting or something and she can't do that. I don't really have a lot to do this week anyway, so that's fine. In that case, I'll just take like an Uber, you know, Lyft home or whatever. But anyway, I'm filming videos all week. Alex on Wednesday is going to, oh, the battery's flashing red. Let me go inside and get my hat, and I'm going to change the battery, and I will be back in 2 and 2. Okay, I'm back. I asked Alex, the dogs came running downstairs, and I said, I have stupid little nicknames for everything. Do you guys do that? And so I said to him, he's like, hello? And I said, hello. And he goes, are you done with your vlog? And I said, no, I'm changing the battery, getting my hat, and I'm going to go back outside and finish it. And he said, okay. I said, what are you doing? And he said, I'm scrolling. Well, the dogs came running downstairs as soon as they heard me go inside. And so I said, and this is something I used to say about Boo and Tucker and PP too. I said, are they being goodlies or are they being badlies? He just starts laughing. He goes, they're being goodlies. I go, what are they doing? He goes, they're just running up and down off the bed, So, okay, in the bedroom, you know, we have the ramp. Walter can now, like, literally, like, he springs off the bed, okay? It's so funny because Otis will be out here and, like, Otis will be peeing and Walter will, like, leap over him. Like, Walter leaps over these, like, mounds of snow out here. I mean, he can, like, literally fly in the air, okay? Otis cannot. Otis is short and a little squatty guy, okay? But Walter can fly everywhere. He doesn't need to use the ramp, but obviously, Otis does. So I don't know that Walter knows that he can get on the bed or, like, he could jump up on the ottoman. I don't think he knows. Although one day I think they got up there because there was, like, toys up there. But I think maybe he got up there by surprise or something. I don't know. I don't think he knows he can get on the bed without the ramp. Because they still use the ramp, you know, every day. Otis has to. But anyway, so right next to, like at the end of our bed, somebody was asking the other day in a video, what was the comment they said? They said, where's Peter's headboard? Because his TV is sitting on the end of his bed. It's like when I'm in the video. Okay. So if I'm filming and this is the bedroom, the TV that people are talking about that's behind me over here is actually like, like two or 3 feet from the bed up against the wall on a table. What I'm looking at when I'm filming in the bedroom is the gray, it's like this high, and then the camera sticks into the back of it, like up against the wall. It's our gray bed. So anyway, but we have this bench that opens, and we have pillows and stuff in there, like Christmas pillows. To the right of that, we have like this little, like, you know, one of those, what do you call it, those cloth baskets on the floor that have some of their toys in it. But then in the corner, I have another one of their dog beds that sometimes I put out in the hallway, like when I'm filming videos, and they get in this little bed. It's like one of those, like, it's like Boo's purple bed. I bought those. So, but all their toys are in there, okay? Walter doesn't really know where to go get his, like, he like watches Otis, like he gets so excited about it, because like Otis will go over there, like Otis understands, like that's where Dad keeps our toys. So he'll go over there and Otis will bring up a toy, but then that's Otis's toy to play, okay? Like you don't play, like Walter can't play with that toy. So Walter comes over there and Otis is like, "Arr." So then Otis just sits there like this, because he doesn't understand. Then I have to like walk him over there. I'm like, Walter, here's where your toys are. And then he like looks at me like he doesn't get it. Which is so funny, because like he is getting sit, lay down, shake. Oh, now Alex is like, he asks him like 50 times a day. He's like, shake, Walter. And Walter goes like this. And he's like, shake, Walter. Walter goes like this. It's so cute. He loves to do it. He gets so excited that he's like, you know, they can do it right. Anyway. So they're being goodlies. I don't know what a goodly is. I get that from my dad. My dad, like, makes up... my dad makes up so many... I've told you guys the story, haven't I? About, like, when Alex and I... we were house-sitting for them. This was, like, early on when we were dating. We were house-sitting for them. And this was their last 2 dogs they had. And my dad typed up literally like this whole book, bound it in plastic and everything, that were like rules we had to follow for these dogs, okay? And one of them was, so you had to put like little pieces of like their dog food or whatever like on a plate. And then they would also eat whipped cream. And so you had to put like little dots, they were little Yorkies, on plates and whipped cream. But they would only eat at certain places. And so you had to sing this song called Zones of Eatery. My dad is so stupid. This is totally where I get it. I get it from my dad. So we're like, my dad's like, okay, they'll follow you if you carry the plates, but you have to sing the song. And so we're like, from the kitchen, through the dining room, through the entryway, down the hallway, down the basement, stairs. We're like going, and like Alex is like laughing. And my dad's like, Alex, you have to sing or they won't come. And Alex is like not singing. And my dad goes, Alex, you have to sing. So Alex is like, Zones of Eatery. Because he's like, you know, training us to do this while we're house sitting. It's so stupid. So anyway, they're being goodlies today, though. I go, what are they doing? He goes, they're just running up and down the ramp, constantly getting toys. So this is what they do, okay? Walter does know to go to his house in the basement. Well, their crate, but we call it their house. Their house in the basement. So all the toys from the basement, Walter brings. I don't know why he doesn't know. He likes the toys that are in the bed. He's got this corn on the cob that he got from BarkBox that has a rope on it. It's like one of his favorite toys. It's in the bedroom. But he'll go all the way down to the basement and bring toys up from the basement up to the bedroom. It's almost like he doesn't know where to go get them in the bedroom. But I've shown him. And then the other thing that Otis is doing which totally reminds me of Boo Radley, is he's going underneath the bed. So we had to like clean and dust underneath the entire bed because he would go underneath there and then he just sits because Walter can't get under the bed because it's too low. They're hilarious. They cheer me up so much. And then last night we were watching movies. I like put like one of those, you know those Lola blankets? These are fake ones. I wasn't paying up that Lola money for them blankets. I think Caroline has one of those Lola blankets. I think I got them at Costco or something like that, these fake Lola blankets, but they're just as comfortable. Anyway, or maybe I got them online, I don't remember, but the dogs love them. So I just put them down there and then the dog slept next to me. It was so cozy while we were watching our movies last night. But anyway, I read a lot last night, and then when I got up, I made my list of, well, today I was like, I'm just going to vlog today, and then I'm not going to film any videos, and then I'll get back to regularly scheduled videos on Monday. So I made my list last night of all my videos that I'm going to film for tomorrow. So I'm completely planned and all that kind of stuff. So tonight I'm going to like, there's a video I'm making for my drama channel tomorrow. So I gotta watch this video for it tonight. And then I'm going to watch Suddenly Amish so I can do and take my notes so I can watch that. So that's really all I have to do tonight. And then tonight I'm going to walk, read my books. Alex, I feel like with the Super Bowl, he usually, and we don't know anybody. Like, his mom's not going anywhere. His aunt and uncle aren't going anywhere. Caroline said she's going to be at home watching TV shows. That's why her husband's going over to their son's house to watch it. I was like, you don't care about the Super Bowl? She's like, no, I have no interest in watching it whatsoever. I was like, the halftime show? She's like, oh, I'll probably watch a halftime show. She's like, but I have no interest in anything else about it. So, I don't know anybody that's doing anything for the Super Bowl today. Like, nobody. I don't feel like we usually do things, though. Maybe we do. I don't know, but anyway, I'm going to read a lot tonight. I'm going to finish that show, Steel. There was another, has anybody ever, I want to get back into another medical drama show. Like, I'm so ready for The Pit to have all the episodes out, but I don't want to watch it until I can binge the whole thing. I'm like really having a hard time holding off on The Pit. Has anybody watched The Resident on Netflix? I think it's like 5 seasons. Tell me your favorite medical drama show, even if it's Grey's Anatomy. I feel like maybe I'll start Grey's Anatomy. Here's the thing. Everybody's like, well, Grey's Anatomy is good until the 3rd or 4th season, then this. But everybody says it about everyone. There's like St. Dennis, there's that, whatever. I'm more than willing to watch any of them. Like, I watched that one that got canceled on Netflix. I think it was called Pulse or something like that. I like that one, too. I know that they're not all going to be like The Pit. I get that. I know that they're going to have spin-offs and romantic stories and whatever. I don't care. I just really like the medical dramas. So I want to get one and start watching it. I mean, Alex, he watches Grey's Anatomy every week. He watched it this week and was bawling his eyes out crying. And oh my Lord, it's so sad. I feel like somebody dies. I don't even have characters on that show anymore. Somebody dies, I feel like, every week. But yeah, he'll probably watch it and have it on the background while he's texting his girlfriends and stuff like that. So anyway, but I asked him, I said, do you want to watch a movie? He's like, well, which movie? I really want to watch Hamnet. I really want to see that one. I think he would like it too. Which is about Shakespeare writing Hamlet and losing their son, I think is what it's about. What's the other movie that I watched that I really, really wanted to see? I can't remember. Anyway. I think this is going to all melt this week. Don't you think this would make kind of a good cover for a book? Of like my memoir? I mean, this is like such, like, look, with like the electric, the readers, the gas company and electric readers on either side, what those are. I mean, this is just like such a great picture of like Midwest, middle class suburbia right here. I mean, this just is like, I think this would make such a great picture for the cover of a book. Peter, and I call it Peter by Peter. Somebody said the other day, they go, this is your memoir. I do feel like that. I appreciate that. So that was really sweet. But somebody was like, no, Peter, this is your memoir. I do feel like this is my memoir, you know? My memoirs, Auntie Mame said. This coffee, in case you care, is completely cold. Should I read a couple of comments? What's going on with my phone? I need a new phone case so bad. My memoirs. Do you know the way to San Jose? I have a lot of friends there today. Dionne Warwick for you. For your listening pleasure. Do y'all have a song? You won't have a song you want me to sing? Do you know the way to San Jose? I have lots of friends there today. That's not the words, I don't think, but I just made the words up. It's okay. If you see me walking down the street and I pass you by, walk on by. Walk on by. Crazy. I'm crazy for feeling so lonely. Ooh, we ain't doing so good with that song, are we, Peter? Okay. Sort by newest comments. Okay. Giotto said, I am dying at your story of the jangly bracelet at the play. Poor Heather and Duke. I'd have ducked down in my seat too. Also, they left me outside. I would never have done that had they not left me on my own. Also, laughing at the story of you using a damn binocular case as a handbag brings me back to my art college days where a bag like that would have fit right in. I did totally think that I was like an art student even though I wasn't. Tay said, chapstick before bed is the best way to do it. Haven't had to deal with split lip in so long. I do that. I agree with you, but I have like the Laneige like lip mask. I have it right next to my bed, and for some reason. You were talking about happy wax melts in another video, so order me some. Can't wait to try them. I hope that Tiffany said that. Hey, Tiff, I hope you enjoy them. I sometimes love them and sometimes I don't. I don't know. I don't think the subscription box is probably worth it, but I still love getting it. It's one of my favorite subscription boxes. I don't really get that many subscription boxes anymore. Sally said, Peter, that book you're describing, LMAO, I cannot. I have no idea how you finished those. Oh my God, what happened last night in that book? Why can't I remember? Nikki and I were texting about it last night. What were we saying? This picture she sent me of herself earlier. Because she said she wanted to do a TikTok review, but then she felt bad because she thought the author would be... I was like, girl, you've read 2 of his books. I think that... Anyway. This is what we were texting each other. She said he went from effing his secretary, not wanting to be engaged, to having feelings for her after her finger was cut off and now calls her his wife. Okay, she faked the engagement. He was so mad because he's like, we didn't even say we're going to get engaged. Now he calls her his wife. Like, the book does not add up. I said, he wears their ring on a necklace. What ring does he have? Because they're not married. And she bought her own engagement ring. She said, I was trying to figure that out too. I said, and then he says she had no right to go through his phone. He goes, oh, we're doing that now? LOL. He literally just cheated on her 2 days before with his secretary at the engagement party. And then Nikki said he fucks his secretary during the party and brings her food and 50 thriller books because no woman can resist that. They also live in a penthouse but have all these neighbors, which is really interesting. Like, they open the door on this penthouse to all these neighbors. And I said the penthouse he bought with his hard-earned money after he just explained how he got an inheritance he bought the penthouse with. I said his books don't even track. And she said, exactly. And she said she paid half for it too. And I was like, she did say that she paid for half the penthouse. I said he thinks he's such a good writer. And then Nikki said, I want to do a review of it on TikTok, but it's going to be truthful and funny, and I don't want him to see it. Like, it's so bad. And I said, girl, why do you care? And she said, I feel bad, LMFAO. I go, oh, Jesus. She put in quotes, hey, your fucking book sucks. Or no, hey, your book fucking sucks. I go, it's an honest review. You've read 2 of his books now. You should do Book Talk. I said, it's huge over there. It is. Book Talk is huge. On Goodreads, I always go in there and I look to see what, well, actually, I think now on Audible, what did I buy on Audible? I just bought something new on Audible. I'm always buying something new. Why are you still recommending to me Christmas books on Audible? Okay, what did I just buy on Audible? Oh, I bought that T.J. Herman book. Hold on a second. The Worst Case Scenario. TJ, okay, these are my newest ones I have. TJ Newman, which is the one that wrote the book Falling, about the plane. This is another plane book. My Husband's Wife by Alice Feeney. Coeds and Cattails, which is the newest misfortune book by Jana DeLeon. Anatomy of an Alibi by Ashley Elston. She wrote First Lie Wins, which was Reese Witherspoon's book. Book Club. Correspondent, Virginia Evans. I've heard fantastic things about that. The First Time I Saw Him, which is the sequel to the Laura Dave book, The Last Thing He Told Me. Reset by Mark Tufo, which is an apocalyptic book by the guy that I'm reading the zombie book with. Not Quite Dead Yet, which is Holly Jackson. That was picked as Goodreads' best mystery of 2026 or 2025. Then always James Patterson's I still have to finish. The Widow by John Grisham. Gone Before Goodbye, the Harlan Coben and Reese Witherspoon one. Heartsick by Chelsea Kane. Malevolent by Gina DeLeon. I don't know why. The Secret of Secrets by Dan Brown. Still want to read that. Invasion. Sheepdogs. Killer on the Road by Stephen Graham Jones. Love him. If you're a horror lover of books, Stephen Graham Jones books are so fantastic. Blacktop Wasteland by S.A. Cosby. He's probably my favorite author I found in 2025, S.A. Cosby. Butcher and Blackbird. Emily Baker told me to read that. The One by John Mars. Don't Let Him In by Julie Mars. These are going back. Or Lisa Jewell. Old Country, Everyone Is Lying to You. These are books I bought a while ago. I'm trying not to buy as many Audible books, but I did just get worst case scenario. And I think I'm all out of. But on here, they have trending on Goodreads or trending on TikTok. Has anybody read J.D. Robb, and do you think I would like it? Here, trending on Goodreads. Alice Feeney, His and Hers. I watched the show, I'm not reading it. Woman Down, Colleen Hoover, could care less. Wuthering Heights, Rebecca Yarros. Tanya loves that Rebecca Yarros. The Last Letter. Theo of Golden. I've heard good things about that. Half His Age by Jeanette McCurdy. That's her second book, right? Hamnet by Maggie O'Farrell, the book. Okay, Want to Know a Secret by Frida McFadden. Is this new? How did she put out so many books? When did this? Oh no, it came out in 2021. Why is that trending right now? Matt Haig, The Midnight Train. Okay, well this is a pre-order, because I just looked this up last night. Yeah, it doesn't come out until May 26th. So why is it trending on Goodreads right now? Oh, people must be getting... Lost Lambs. Has anybody read this? I've heard really good things about this. I think I have it on my wish list. Oh, yep, it's on my wish list. New releases for you. My hands are getting so cold. Why do I feel like there was... Oh, here it is. Best of Book Talk. Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins. I already have that. I haven't listened to the whole thing yet. Black AF History. Mexican Gothic by Sylvia Marina Garcia. I read that book and I did not love it. This book right here. It's been trending for a while on Book Talk. I don't know why. Are they making it into a movie? I didn't love it. I thought it was just okay. It was listed as one of like the top 10 horror books of Goodreads for whatever year it came out, which I read it the year it came out. Hold on. 2020. I did not think it was that great. Yeah. I listened to it on Audible. The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. I have that too, and I haven't listened to it. From Blood to Ash by Jennifer Armentrout. She's the one that The Alchemist. Why are these the books that are trending on Book Talk? How do you find out? Why would certain books... What is this? Christina Lauren, Love in Other Words. What books typically trend on Book Talk? I thought they were kind of like the big books everybody's talking about right now. Who knew? Do you guys know that there's podcasts on Netflix now? Is anybody... Oh my god, the battery's at the halfway mark for this already? Did you guys know that? Okay, I'm going to go inside because I don't know how long this is, but why did the battery go to the halfway mark I'm almost at 19 minutes? That doesn't make any sense whatsoever, does it? Anyway, okay, I'm going to get off here. Happy Big Football Day. Happy Bad Bunny Day. He is so good looking, isn't he? Anyway, love his music too. And we were just talking about this at brunch today, his newest album that he won the Grammy for is such a return to like a lot of classic Latino music, and I love it so much. It reminds me of like the music that Alex's mom plays and his grandma plays and stuff like that. So anyway, happy Super Bowl Sunday, and welcome to Peter Vision. It's my favorite day of the week to rest and relax, rejuvenate, and refresh. I think I'm going to get out on my walk today before it's actually dark. So get this rendered and get out on my walk and be back and take a shower and cozy and all that. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a magically amazing Sunday. If you're watching this on Monday morning, I hope you guys are having a great beginning to your week. We're going to have a good week this week. It's Valentine's Day week, so next weekend. So if you are a loved one and you want to do something for your partner, do something. If you're alone, do something for yourself. Treat yourself. And if you don't like Valentine's Day and you say, fuck that holiday, then say, fuck that holiday. Baby, it's your life. Do what you want to do, okay? But anyway, I love you guys so much. Let's just be real. Let's just not get real deep about Valentine's Day. You know what I mean? We'll be at a wedding. I think that's kind of fun, though. I'm real excited to be at a wedding. I don't know if I'm going to wear the same suit. I mean, I spent a lot of money on that blue suit, so I'm like, I should just wear it. I haven't worn it since, like, September, October. But then I'm like, I don't know. I don't wear a suit that often to buy a brand new suit. So Caroline and I might go look for a suit on Wednesday. Alex is officiating the wedding, and he and all the bridesmaids are wearing burgundy. Alex's suit is burgundy. She wanted him to wear burgundy everything. He has a burgundy tie, a burgundy shirt, a burgundy suit. And I'm going to have a bright blue suit on next to him in burgundy. Like, what? Anyway, it doesn't matter. I hope you guys, I mean, I'm so old, nobody cares what I wear to a wedding. But I hope you guys are having a magically amazing Sunday. And if nobody else has told you this today, I love you guys. And, of course, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya.